Do you think this relationship between ANC and the SACP is going to last? That means it's going to, okay, not last, but maybe it's going to a point where it's breaking, Fikile Mbalula before too was talking on TV. Was talking about the event that they are going to have. I don't know, it's a celebration. Somebody says it's a celebration, somebody says it's a commemoration, what, of the 100 days GNU, what. Right now, obviously when they were preparing there, then the journalists, the media, they were there actually, so they got Fikile Mbalula. Hey, Fikile Mbalula is all over the place, eh? That's what happens if you are a G, you are a SG. But I don't think the SG, the last SG was talkative like Mbalula. And the thing is, though, every time he talks about the same things, the GNU, the every. I'm like, I'm Max. I think he's tired also. And it is the journalists, they ask him the same things. That's the problem. They ask him the same things, especially if a topic we've heard him talk about. We don't have to repeat it, you know. We don't have to talk about it. Let's just leave it. But anyway, it's fine, guys. I'm going to play a clip of him talking. He was asked about Mapaila, and I don't think what is it, SACP, they are going to be there. I don't think they will speak there because, and then Mbalula was talking about they are going to miss an opportunity, blah 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 blah. So let's just take a listen, and you can tell me, guys, afterwards of what do you think? Do you think this relationship between ANC and the SACP is going to last? That means it's going to, okay, not last, but maybe it's going to a point where it's breaking, because before something breaks, such things do happen.
Remember, in terms of the elections, we talked about the economy thriving, creating jobs, dealing with cost of living. We talk about issues of infrastructure. These are the matters that will reflect on matters of trade and so on. We'll talk about social intervention or transformation in our country. All our different leaders of different subcommittees will reflect throughout the week on the 100 days. And continuing with the work that started in the 6th administration, now in the 7th administration, about what the ANC is doing for what it has committed it will do for the people of South Africa on the 29th of May. The second part will be to thank South Africans who have voted the ANC on the 29th of May because we owe it to them that they were still government and they were continuing to lead South Africa as a whole in terms of matters of governance in our country. So at 6 o'clock today, the president will deliver the message here, including thanking all South Africans for voting the ANC on the 29th of May. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's Zanda Ngobo from Newsroom Africa. I just want the Secretary General's comments as you've been snubbed by your alliance partner, the SACP, from attending today. It's quite an indictment. And if you could reflect then on how many times you've been having bilaterals, because it's come up then that you actually haven't been having your bilateral meetings with the SACP, and that's led to the relations being in their current state. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. First, with regard to the SACP, we saw the notice in the media yesterday. We have invited all our alliance partners to come to a reflection of the 100 days. And reflection of the 100 days is not celebration. There's nothing to celebrate. We are thanking our people for voting the ANC and committing ourselves and reflecting in these 100 days what we have done. Now, they will miss the opportunity to reflect on the GNU and what we are doing in terms of the GNU led by the ANC what the ANC has done in terms of government as a whole, in terms of accelerating a social transformation. It's an unfortunate situation because today we're supposed to start with a bilateral meeting with the SACP. The GS of the Communist Party called me in the morning yesterday and asked for the postponement because of the event that is going to take place at 6. We put it at 6 and we can't reverse it because we wanted to cater for this bilateral meeting. Now we will have to work out a date for the new bilateral and as well as the Alliance Political Committee meeting that has to take place. So, Zianda, it's really unfortunate because we would have started at 10 for a bilateral meeting and maybe talk about this moment because the SACP also had a Politburo this past week and talk about politics of this moment going forward. But nonetheless, we will await till we finalize the date at a later stage. We are very much committed to bilateral meetings with the SACP. We're moving ahead, and there's nothing that will deter us. We talk and we thank our people. We talk about what has happened in the last 100 days. The rest of South Africa have spoken. Research and polls have been conducted. And the polls are very positive. They say South Africans are positive, are upbeat about the 7th administration. And of course, that positivity comes from the results. For instance, today, 200 days without load shedding in the Republic. Work has been done in terms of the fight against crime. Society is coming to the party. We're working together, building social compacts in order to ensure we address the biggest challenge we are facing of unemployment in our country and creating jobs and making it a point that our economy create jobs. There's been a positive energy in relation to the aspect of job creation and all partners coming to the party. As we would have seen, the president leading in relation to social compact, business and labor in this regard. There's been a really positive energy in making us move forward faster on the task of job creation and economic growth in South Africa.
Thank you very much. Mr. BC? Because the SACP is a different as perhaps you are as an alliance partner, and also you could weigh in on the DA's reflection of the 100 days. They had mentioned that they non-negotiable is the NHI and its current program, and those
we thought that the bilateral today will make us not to talk past each other. We should be spending a couple of hours talking about this disrespect that Comrade Soli, the GS of the party, talks about. So we should have spent a lot of time this morning doing this work, but nonetheless we'll defer. We'll defer and we'll hear from the party what do they mean that we're disrespecting them. Because there's nothing that has shown that we disrespect the party. We have been with the party from the beginning of the negotiations, and at the same time, when we analyzed and said that we have suffered a strategic setback, we're with them in the talks about talks, and we're with them when we constituted government. So it doesn't help to talk to your allies through the press. So if I can respond to Soli in many ways and rebut what he's talking about, but it doesn't help the alliance, doesn't help the Communist Party, it doesn't help the ANC that we talk past each other. So let's get down to business. Let's talk about this moment, the characterization. The ANC have done that work. We have done that work. We have gone to our National Executive Committee and we have analyzed appropriately what has happened. And we have also gone to the NEC, analyzed the outcome of the elections, what it means, using data at our disposal. So we are ready to share that with the party. And politically, what this moment means to us, how we characterize it, and the GNU itself as a tactical intervention. There is often an accentuated verbosity about the GNU, that the GNU is something like as though we in the ANC love the GNU. This is produced by the moment. And we could have come to GNU, we could have come to Grand Coalition and all of that. This is not what we envisaged. We did not struggle for a GNU. We don't understand at the conceptual level where we don't find each other, because we did not struggle and campaign for a GNU or a Grand Coalition. We were campaigning for an outright majority, which we did not get. Okay? We did not get outright majority. So we can't be forced by other political parties. We made our own choices, tactical choices. And then we arrived at the decision that GNU for South Africa is good. And that's what the ANC decided. And in relation to that, we invited political parties across. We met everybody. There's no one we didn't meet with. And then they decided that they want to be part of the GNU, and that is it. And then they left. And then we constituted government within 14 days. And that's what has actually happened. So the GNU is grinding, is led by the African National Congress as a majority party. We are passing bills, including the Bella bill. We will be talking to all the parties on the two issues that are outstanding in terms of the Bella bill. In 3 months, that will be changed. We have signed into law NHI. It's been implemented. Yintoni ke ngoku ekukhalwa ngayo ngoba siyaqhuba. Secondly, we are not allies with the DA. GNUs and coalitions are constituted not by allies. They are constituted in most cases by rivals. Political parties who necessarily don't agree ideologically. We and the DA, we are water and oil. We don't mix. And then the DA will fight for what they believe they want to fight for, but we will keep grinding in terms of ensuring that we deepen social transformation and the national democratic revolution. So